Now, time to talk about the WSL. And a few things are happening this month. And, Ellen, movement really picked up at the end of last week.
Yeah, a slightly hesitant start to the window. We've seen it in the Premier League. We saw it in the WSL as well. We saw some incredible Sherlock Holmes level detective skills from some of the Arsenal fans who managed to pick out Emily Fox, their new signing, in the background of one of the pictures from the warm weather camp. And then Arsenal took a couple of days. They didn't announce it straight away. They let it sort of boil and bubble over on social media, and then announced the signing of the US international. Everton, just before the weekend and on Saturday morning, announced the signing of Danish duo Catherine Kuhl and Rikke Madsen, Kuhl on loan from Arsenal. So things are starting to get moving a little bit.
We've got to talk about Sam Kerr's injury. What does that mean?
Yeah, it's such a tough one. Sam Kerr, she has been one of the star players in the WSL. I love watching her play. Everyone loves watching her play. She sustained an ACL injury on a warm weather training camp with Chelsea. That's the end of her season at this stage. Her last game will have now been played under Emma Hayes. She's been such a huge player under the Chelsea manager, a focal point of this Chelsea team. You can see some of the stats there. 117 games, 95 goals, 29 assists. It's insane.
It's almost a goal a game.
The influence that she's had on this team. Four back-to-back WSL titles, 3 consecutive FA Cups, 2 League Cups. She has been such a star, and it's so disappointing to see her career under Emma Hayes end in this way.
But do they need to replace her? That's the thing.
See, that's the question. Chelsea did bolster in this position in summer. Anton mentioned earlier, they also have this youth product coming through that loads of people are very, very excited about. Aggie Beaver-Jones, playing as a winger, can play as a striker. She was on loan at Everton last season, but has broken into the squad and is someone that Chelsea fans are really excited about. She's one of their own. So I don't think that Chelsea will need to replace her or cover her in that position. So with that in mind, Emma Hayes could have made her last signing as Chelsea manager. They signed Natalie Bjorn, the Swedish centre-back from Everton, last week. So, yeah, it feels like a bit of an end of an era if we say that.
Well, we're going to talk about Manchester United goalkeeper in a moment, but Manchester City goalkeeper Ellie Roebuck, speculation about her. Yeah,
she hasn't made an appearance this season for Manchester City. We can take a look at the stats from last season, though. Conceded almost a goal a game. Save rate 61%, but she did really fit the style of play that City were playing at the time. Sort of likened a bit to Edison when she has the ball at her feet. City like to play out from the back. Most of the time she stayed cool, calm and collected, but hasn't played for City since a red card against Manchester United in the penultimate game of the season. She missed out in the last England squad because she hasn't been playing regularly. She said that making that national team is a priority for her, but she needs to be playing to do that. She's been linked to a move with Barcelona. We've reported that she's been in talks with them. No clarity really on whether that move might happen this window or in the summer, but she would be linking back up with England teammates Kira Walsh and Lucy Bronze, who are now at Barcelona. Obviously, former City teammates as well, but she needs a move if she's going to break back into the international team. We've seen it with Mary Earps. We spoke about it earlier, and I'm sure we'll speak about it in a second as well. Sarina Wiegman turned around Mary Earps' international career. Ellie Roebuck is still a very young player, but she needs a good move.
Well, there is a lot revolving around two-time FIFA best player, best goalkeeper award. Sorry, Mary Earps, you've kind of teed that up nicely for her. Could we see her move abroad?
Yeah, I think this is a really interesting one, and again, one that the women's football fans detectives took to just before the window. She signed with a new agent. This is an agent who also represents Ada Hegerberg, Bunny Shaw, Caitlin Ford, Khadijah Buchanan, and agents who have a lot of influence overseas, particularly in Europe. We could see a move abroad. PSG have shown interest. Remember, Arsenal put in world record bids for Alessia Russo and Mary Earps in her position before then signing Russo on a free at the end of her time at Manchester United. Jonas Ivedal has said that he wants to keep her. She won her only domestic silverware in Wolfsburg in the women's Bundesliga. She could look to go abroad to chase more of those titles, more of those silverwares. I think a move abroad could be quite likely.
But, I mean, under Serena Wiegmann, you mentioned it earlier, she has really thrived.
Yeah, Serena has brought her out of the international wilderness. She's spoken really openly about how she didn't know if she'd play for England again. Her international career was really up in the air. You can see some of her stats, great stats, save rate of 76%. That's this season as well, played 10, 11 goals conceded. It has bled down, obviously, you know, the support that she's been having and the success that she's had at international level, bled down to club level last season. United have said they want to keep her. Of course they would. Her role is so much more than just keeping the ball out of the back of the net. She is such a vocal leader. The game against China, when we were out in Australia for the World Cup, you could hear her bellowing at the back line. And that is something that United and her teammates have really valued. She's a player that the young United squad players will really look up to. Of course, if she goes, they would need to find a replacement, but they've got one waiting in the wings. Fallon Joyce is really impressed in the Continental Cup this season. She's probably the strongest second keeper that I've seen at Manchester United for a while. They would, however, then need to find a backup for her, so United could be in search of a goalkeeper as well. OK, well, Earps' future is uncertain, OK, as we were saying, but let's hear what she had to say last night at the FIFA Best Award.
One thing I didn't mention when I was up there, which naughty me, was that I'm surrounded by such incredible people and I would not be here without their support and guidance. And yeah, they mean the world to me, and I'm so grateful for them, and this is dedicated to them. I'm someone who wants to stand up for what's right. I think, you know, one of my key values is sort of fairness, and when there is a lot of injustice in the world, there's a lot of struggles and battles that people face, and maybe we can conquer them one battle at a time.